Friends, 1111 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. Only the important points today. In Zaporizhia Oblast, Kamensky seems to be still under Ukrainians, while in Velika Novosilka, Russians have made some gains. West of it, that is Orikho sector, and also north and northwest of Velika Novosilka. In east, in Kurakho sector, Russians have taken over Constantinople, though there are reservations from the Ukrainian side. Adjacent area, Pokrovsk, in left flank, Ukrainians' offensive operation in Udakne, Kotlino area continues. The Russians are also carrying out counterattacks. No changes in Zverivo and Peshanoe area. Russians made some gains in Shevchenko while fight is on in Novi Trud and northern outskirts of Zeleny. In the right flank of Pokrovsk, fight is on in Malinovskaya and Elizavetovka area. AFU counter-attack in Tarasovka area did not gain anything while Russians' offensive operation is on towards Alexandrovka. In Siversk, Russians' offensive operation continuing. After taking over Bilohorivka, they have advanced in southern part and towards north of Varkhno Kamensky, almost 7 kilometers. Coming to Kursk, where Russians have managed major gains and especially attacking now Sudzha districts from maximum number of directions. They have taken over Novenkoe in Sumy area next to Lebedivka and Kubatinka. Ukrainians have withdrawn from Malaya Lokanya and Russians' offensive operations from Cherkasky Puroknoe, which is under itself, continuing towards eastern part of Pravda. In east, Russians now control Martinovka and Mikhailovka, and in northwest, Russians' offensive operation is on towards Lokanya. In northeast, Russians took over Kositsa and part of Pravda from here. Large number of Ukrainian army seems to be being surrounded by the Russians, as I had told yesterday. Interdiction missions continuing. Nothing special from Palestine, Lebanon, Israel. However, in Syria, the massacre is continuing by the STS of the minorities. Sudanese armed forces are in the final phase of capturing the entire country, getting free from the rebellion RSF. It is learned that Britain is planning to stop sharing intel with US, which is part of Five Eyes. And we know that the other four, Canada also seems to be not in sync with US. What are left are not very important as far as Australia and New Zealand are concerned. In Romania, the Central Electoral Bureau has banned Colin Georgescu from fighting election. In last year, which was cancelled, he was the first runner. That means, in like Iran, only those people can fight for the election whom the European Union or Western powers approve. Heavy protests are reported in France against French intervention in Ukraine and in Argentina against subsidiary curb by the old people and others. However, the present regimes globally have turned blind eyes or deaf ear as far as the people's protests are continuing, because they know unless they have any revolutionary leadership, the protests resistance has to stop and has to flop, and there is nothing to worry. And that's all for the day, friends. See you tomorrow. Thanks.